Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. Just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the mission. Daniel get a vision, him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions, come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons, same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean and I.S.U.P.K and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yeah, our shy Mashiach is a black man who have fear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, wheat we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batty man are just part of the nation. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. Just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation, send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first thing. Hey, 400 years they work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and they need doctors and nurses. Hey, one day the building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day the building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn. Hey, I just start the mission. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace, him start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition.
What's good now? I'm about to get a jump. Pull up,
Yeah, change for the better. Put that old nigga. Better put that old nigga in a shredder. But however, I could never take a step back for my pleasure. Change the weather, Ruger 5.7 on my dresser. Clip full with a lot of pressure. I forget that I made her special. I don't care, so I don't remember hitting treasures in my lecture. New texture, but the same message. Think rich, no think better. Chevy boy, I don't need a Porsche. Bucket clean and I feed the horse. Pull up on me, lose a bitch, ain't nothing to me. Ben Simmons, they ain't fucking with me. Take sides, you was set hopping. Heat on, you was flip flopping. On the come up, then he start watching. We open doors like fuck knocking. Yeah, she see it and then don't believe it. Spit fire in my heart anemic. Make a choice, get in the van. Taking ground and become a man. You pussy, I'm straightforward. Take orders, give orders. Bend corners, set borders. Niggas fold like rich quarter. Lifelong, but my temp shorter. Only for the bullshit though. Counterfeit niggas, they be full of it though. I don't really hear what you went to, nigga. We don't really care what you been through, nigga. I offend you, nigga. Sharp like a quick flat turn in the venue, nigga. Cut right through it like a Jinsu, nigga. If I said it, I mean it. And know I'm the meanest and one of the cleanest. I put it together and break it in pieces. I got plenty of time, I got plenty ideas. You wouldn't believe it. I roll with the lions, you run with hyenas. I'm David inside of a killing arena. For all of my people, I'm giving you all of the smoke. Stop saying the stuff that you won't really wanna live up to. Live by a code, yeah, we stand up too. Say you get money, put bread up too. Saying you dumb, we fed up too. Fed up too, in the league of my own. Just leave me alone. They gon' keep talking about me. I just keep going and going and going. It is what you showing, and I'ma keep growing and growing and rocking and rolling and take over low and I hold a position in any condition, completing the mission. You paying attention? I got a connection. Just sit in the section. Yeah, I changed. 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 You know I changed. You know I changed. You know I changed. You know I. Yeah, I changed.
truths. That mean truth ain't even true. You understand? And what is that truth? That the lost 12 tribes of Israel shall reign on earth, man. You understand me? We need hope, and we got it. Let's go.
When them warriors come out, endure to the end, just for the blood of my eye. I'm talking about protectors of the people, black watch. Black watch. Cry out, spare not one, where's my casket drop? When them warriors come out, back out through the fire. You a coward, you won't make it out. And fuck the Christian church, you bitches falling off. It's real together, there's no finish out. Oppression make a wise man mad, so I put on all black and I take my ass to class. I was mobbing with the gas, fringes out the window while I'm fucking up the air. Garment on my body looking like a couple vac. One West, we the motherfucking best. UPK against the world, ain't no motherfucking sweat. Israel come together, keep a shovel. White man is the devil, blaze on them UPK sweater in any weather. Told y'all bitches fuck with us and we gon' bring it back in blood. Why my cup empty, I'ma need 2 cups. Hide the strong, hide the women, UPK we one up. Ain't easy in the streets of Hebrew like me. Harassed by police, no justice, no peace. Penitentiary, drug in our community. Knee up on our neck, officer, we can't breathe.
There's nowhere to put it.
Alright, so then.
Can you see me if I go to the bathroom?
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Baruch Atham, Yahweh Shemar Latham B'Hashem Yoshai, Priest and Officer 1000 Zabaja of the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA. Started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are closing the Feast of Tabernacles tonight. With that said, men of Israel, Akwafi and Imajim, which means to stand. La Yashu Allah, which means to Israel. Men of Israel, Akwathim, Sar, Hawapanya Hakodam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to open up the feast with prayers. Give us one moment. We're going to start with the Lord's prayers. We're going to start with the Lord's prayers. Salakia, one moment. Let me set this up properly. Just a little more. All right. For those of you who are watching, Commanding General YAHANNA will be closing out the feast on the One West online classes. So, let me get the correct channel. On the One West I.S.U.P.K online classes, Commanding General YAHANNA will be closing out the Feast of Tabernacles. We're going to say the prayers. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Then we're going to read it in the English. Slovakia. Prayer for you. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Mayam. Kudash.
Kudash.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakaka.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Tazaka. Haya. Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratazar.
Baratazar.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Yashamayam.
Tamayam.
Thundanawa.
Thamanaw.
Kam.
Ka.
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 Iwam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknaw.
Kabwatnawa.
Kawatnaw.
Kasalaknawa.
Wasalaknaw.
Kabwatyanawa.
Kawatyanaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayanawa.
Yanaw.
Manasayawan.
Manasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashinawa.
Hoshinaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Malakwat.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Wahatapara.
Wantapara.
La'aiwalamyam.
Laiwalamyam.
Aman.
Aman.
Bro, you can read the English?
Kanawakan. In the English, Lord's Prayer, what we just read in the Hebrew. Our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come.
thy will be done in earth,
Thy will be done in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the power, for thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever so be it.
forever so be it. We're going to read Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahariam,
Abahariam,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yala'ah,
Yabaa,
Isaiah,
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 Ma'ain,
Ma'ai,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Isha,
Shamayam,
Sumayam,
Wa'aratazah,
Yoratza,
Al-Yathan,
Ayatan,
Lamawat,
Lanawat,
Regalka,
Lagalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana, La'ah, Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yashan,
Shalmar,
Yamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasharala,
Salakia, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Yad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yalman,
Yomam,
Shamash,
Yashamash,
La'ah,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayrak,
Balayala,
Belayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makalrai,
Makalrai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Ashnapashka,
Napashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Kazaafka,
Tazaka,
Ubawaaka,
Bawaka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aita,
Wa'ai Iwalam,
I will Psalm 121, we just read in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in,
from this time forth,
from this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. We're going to read Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahai,
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayam,
Lakah.
Lakah,
Al-Sakarash.
Al-Takaran,
Al-Thashakwat.
Al-Takaran,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Hana.
Hana,
Al-Yabyaka.
Awayadika,
Yamahayawan.
Yahamayawan,
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka,
Nasha'ash. Salakia. Nasha'awa.
Nasahawa,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ad,
Al-Amaka.
Al-Aymakam,
Ya'irayam.
Ya'irayam,
Wa.
Wa,
Sawad.
Tawad,
Yawatha. Ya'itazawa.
Wayata, Ya'itazawa,
Al-Tazapawan. Yaka.
Al-Tazawan,
Yaka.
Yaka,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Nakawa.
Kawa,
Anaka. Yadam.
Nakak Yadam,
Magaya.
Goya,
Wala'a.
Wala,
Yazakar.
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasharala,
Awad.
Awad,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Noaitazawa,
La.
La,
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka,
Baryath.
Baryat,
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa,
Ahalia.
Ahalia,
Adawam.
Adawan,
Wayashamai. Al-Yalam.
Wayashamai, Al-Yalam,
Ma'ava.
Moab,
Wahagariam.
Magari,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'amawan.
Wa'aymawan,
Amalak.
Wa'aymalak,
Palashat.
Alashat,
I'm Yeshavia.
Ayushavia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gamashawar.
Gamasawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Aywa.
Ayawa,
Zarawai.
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawai.
Jabanya Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham,
Kamadian.
Kamadian,
Kasa Yasara'a.
Nasayatura'a,
Kiyabian.
Kayadian,
Wanakal.
on the call,
Koyashwan.
Yashwan,
Nishamad. Wa.
Nashamad,
Bayan.
Bayan,
Dara.
Dara,
Haywa.
Aywa,
Daman.
Daman,
La'adama.
La'adama,
Shayathamwa.
Sayatamwa,
Nada Salakia. Nada Yamawa.
Nadayamawa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Ukazaba.
Wakazabah.
Ukazabak.
Wakazabah.
Ukataza Manai.
Wakatazamanai,
Kanasaya Kamwa.
Ka Nasya Kamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amarwa.
Marwa,
Naya Ra'ashwa. Salakia. Naya Ra'asha.
Naya Rasha,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
At.
Ad,
Na'awa.
Nawah.
Alahayam.
Alahai.
Alahaya.
Alahai.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagalkaka.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanyamaka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Thaba'ira.
Baira,
Ira.
Yair.
Waka La Haba.
Kalahaba.
Thalahat,
Salahat,
Ahariam,
Arjun,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadatma,
Saradam,
Basa Ira Ka,
Messiah Rakam,
Waba,
Wabah,
Sopatka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Malah,
Panyaham,
Panyam,
Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa,
Wayakwasha,
Shamka Yahawa,
Shamkaya,
Yabashwa,
Yabashi,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Mahawa,
Ijai,
Ayai,
Waka Salakia, Waya Kapara,
Wakapar,
Waya Badwa,
Wayabad,
Waya Daiwa,
Wadaiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Tha,
Atha,
Shamka Yahawa,
Shamkaya,
Vodka,
Banka,
Al-Yawan,
Ayuwan,
Al-Ka Ha-Rataza,
Alkaharati. Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thou silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
For they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal.
And
Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished in Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeb. Yea. All their princes are Zabah.
And
And Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves. The houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. To persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. Perish. That men may know that thou. Whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high over all the earth.
We're going to read the prayer for power structure. Barakatha Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. Wamayakala.
Ahalanayim.
Matazabya. Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap.
Halawapyam. Hasaranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Hakwatazanyanyam.
Hakwatazanyanyam.
Hakayayalyam.
Hakayayalyam.
Hakwafyam.
Wahakwathyam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Basham.
Basham.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Tuwanaman.
The power structure in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushai.
And Yahushai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General
YAHANNA.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you,
Thank you. So be it. Akwafim Akim Sar, which means turn. You may be seated. Akim, can y'all get your cameras on?
Come, give me 1 second on the one.
Come. All right, so we're closing out the Feast of Tabernacles. We just had a 7-day, an 8-day feast. We're gonna close out the Tabernacles, right? Hey, shalom, sis, Yeshara. Yahweh Shema Alatham B'Hashem Yahshai. The water for tuning in. Right, so we're gonna be closing out. This is a time to remember of what it was like to be in the wilderness when the Most High was taking us out of Egypt. So let me get my strong right quick. Right, as the Most High took us out of Egypt. Again, Commander General YAHANNA will be closing out the Feast of Tabernacles on the One West online UPK classes. Right, you just type it in, One West ISUPK classes, online classes, and you'll see it. He'll be closing out in the later of the feast, right? So y'all can all go tune in over there, right? We'll try to get some of it on this channel we'll try to get some of it on the channel within the next day. Right, so we're gonna read from Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Right, Officer Shaywan, do you have the Hebrew with you?
Like the other one, I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. I'm gonna get Officer Shaywan to read the Hebrew with us. Right, as our prospective schools grow in Montreal and in Toronto, we'll get more men in, and on these holy days, we will get a brother. Traditionally, what we do is a brother will read for 7 verses in the Hebrew, and then we'll switch him out and get another brother and keep going until we've done it with 7 brothers and we finish the chapter. Right, so you'll see that as this truth grows. Right, and as we wait for Officer Shaywan, right. So what you should be seeing right now, or what you're seeing right now in the earth is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You could be anything in the earth except for an Israelite, right? You can't be a Jew. You're not allowed to be a Jew. If you say you're a Jew, they're going to freeze your bank account if you're big enough, right? Right? They're going to freeze your bank account if you're big enough, right? They're going to cancel your Twitter, cancel your Instagram. Now, if you're in the I.S.U.P.K, you already know about this, right? We get blocked on Facebook all the time. We get our channels taken down all the time. Everything gets taken down, right? They play ads in our stuff, but we don't get monetized, right? Because we're not allowed to be the Israelites of the Bible. A drug dealer, cool, right? A whore, a pimp, a prostitute, a murderer, cool. A man can walk around and say he's a woman. That's our right with the heathens. As you say you're an Israelite, though, you're not allowed to be that. Right? They don't want black people to remember that we're the Lord's chosen people. Right? So we're gonna open up with the Hebrew. Officer Shaywan, can you read the Salakia? Officer Shaywan, can you read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter? Right. 23rd chapter, the first 7 verses.
Come. So Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar Yahweh all Masha La'amar. Verse 2. Dabar all Banya Yasharala Ya'amartha Alaham Mawa'ai Daya Yahweh Ashar Thakwa Ra'awa Atham Makwa Ra'aya Quadash Allah Ham Mawa'idya. Verse 3. Shashath Yam Tha'aisha Mala'ama Wabayawam Hasha Baya'aya Shabbathwan Makwara'a Quadash Mo Malama La'a Tha'aishwa Shabbath Hawa La Yahweh Bamal Bamo Slakia Mawasha Slakia Mawa Shabbath Yamam. Verse 4. Allah Mawa'idya Yahweh Makwara Ayah Quadash Ashar Thakwara Awa Atham Bamawa Idam. Verse 5. Bakadash Hara Shawan Ba'ara Ba'ai Aishar Lakadash Bayan Ha'irab Yam Pasak La Yahweh Salakia La Yahweh. Verse 6. Wabakam Shah Aishar Yawam Lakadash Hazar Kag Hama Tazawat La Yahweh Shabbaith Yam Matazawa Tha'amalwa. Verse 7. Bayawam Hara'a Shawan Makwara'a Quadash Yahaya Lamam Mal Mala'ama Ibad Slakia Ibada La'a Tha'aishwa. That's the end of verse 7.
Throughout priest. Baraki Allah, can you read the first 7 verses in the English, Baba Kasha?
Kanada Wakan. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the rest. So like the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4, these are the feasts of the Lord.
Right, hold that right there.
Right.
So the Lord, the Most High, He gave us feast days. This is our calendar that we're reading, essentially, right? Now, when you want to find this, you would have to go into the book of Exodus as Moses was talking to the children of Israel, right? As we were coming out of Salakia, out of the land of Egypt in the wilderness, right? Right now, we're back in captivity. Right, we're back in bondage, which is Egypt. Right, we're back in captivity and in bondage. in the wilderness because we're not in our land, and we need our Lord, our power, right, to send our king, a black king at that, commanding a black army to free us again. Because as you can see, listen, you're not gonna get freed. We just went into on Saturday night's class how the heathens just kill us with your hands up. It doesn't even matter. You get shot in your back, you get shot in your face from these heathens that are supposed to serve and protect us. We call them for help and they help us into a casket as usual, right? But these are our feast days. We're supposed to work for 6 days. Our oppressor doesn't want that. He wants us to work for 8 days for 24 hours of a day, right? If you are watching Black Watch, if you were watching Black Watch on Saturday night, led by Captain of 13,000, Meshach Mayam, there was a story that came out. A sister in Philadelphia, she was pregnant. A Edomite dog, a European woman, right, told her that at 7 months pregnant, you cannot get a note to stay home to work because you're supposed to work. You're a slave. She told our sister she worked, and this is, come on now, let's just think about it. She told our sister she worked up to the day she gave birth. We know that lady's lying. And when the sister called her out on it, she tried to attack the sister. This is not your resting place, right? But we're supposed to get 6 days rest, right? And then on the 7th day, so like 6 days work, and on the 7th day we rested. That's even what the angels did under the command of Christ when they made everything you see right now, right? They worked for 6 days, right, or a long period of time, and then they had a time off to rest, right? Keep reading.
Karamakan. Even the holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Right. So hold that right there. Right. So we would have. Okay. So first we got the Sabbath, right? Then as we came out of Egypt, the Lord passed over Egypt. He took all the firstborns out of there, right? And he spared us because we were obedient. We slaughtered the lamb. We ate the lamb, put that blood on our doorpost, right? And then we made some unleavened bread, right? So that we go through a Passover, and then for 7 days we have a feast of unleavened bread, right? Salakia. And that bread was that we made unleavened bread because it took a long time to make bread. You got to put the yeast in, right? And after that, you got to wait for that bread to rise. We didn't have time like that. We were on the go. We had to get out of Egypt right away, right? Because the Lord was coming to destroy that place. Just like he's going to destroy Canada, just like he's going to destroy the United States and all the nations where we do our captivity. If you haven't been watching the news, Russia has been sending, they're calling them kamikaze drones. Listen, they're flying drones into buildings that are blowing up. Russia told the whole earth, if NATO signs up with Ukraine goes into the NATO accord, it's going to be World War III for sure. We're praying that NATO and Ukraine get together. Ukraine needs to go into NATO right now so you can get it popping, right? Because that's the only way this oppressor is going to learn. The oppressor only knows one language, and that's violence, right? They're going to turn against each other while we wait and watch for our king to come back, right? We don't got to do nothing. Keep reading.
Karawakan. Verse 7. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. That was the end of verse 7 out of 1.
God, no sweat. Right? So in the first day, we're going to have a holy convocation, meaning a separate gathering. Holy is separate, Kodash, right? A holy convocation, a separate gathering, and we're not supposed to do no working, right? Right now, listen, we go through our holy days, and a lot of us have to slave through them because the oppressor will not let us take 7 days off. He's looking at us like, why are you so lazy? Why are you malingering? So like, that's a word I just learned. Why are you malingering? Right? Because listen, as the slaves, as the people who built the countries that we're in, enslaved so our oppressor can get rich, right? We're not allowed days off. We're not allowed to worship. Listen, at the end of the day, again, you see what's happening to Kanye West because he is Salakia. He's telling the whole world he's an Israelite, right? What he should do is just get in class and learn how to do this thing properly, right? Put all his money into the school so he can build up black people. What he's doing is he's not professional about it. In the UPK, we're the professionals. Leave the teachings, right, and the waking up of the people to the professionals. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Officer Shariwan, can you read verses 7 to 14, verses 8 to 14, Baba Kasha?
Kanamaka. Leviticus 23 and verse 8. Wahakora Abatham Ashar La Yahweh Shabbat Yam Yam Bayawam Hashar Baya Ayah Makwara Kodash Mal Mala Amath Ibadha La'ah Tha'ishwa. Verse 9. Waya Dabar Yahweh All Mashah La'amar. Verse 10. Dabar All Banya Yasharala Wa Amarth Alaham Maya Thaba Awa All Ha-Rataza, Ashar, Anya, Nathan, Lamam, Wakwa, Tazara, Thama, Ath, Kwataza, Yara, Waha, Ba'atham, Ath, Aymar, Ra'asha, Salakia, Ra'ash, Yath, Kwataza, Yara, Mamam, all, Hamhan, verse 11, Waha, Nayap, Ath, Ha-Aymar, Lapanya, Yahweh, Lara Tazan, Mamakar, Karth, Salakia, Mamakar, Salakia, Kartha, Hashabath, Yanyap, Nawa, Hamhan, verse 12, Wa'aish, Yatham, Bayawam, Hanya, Pamam, Ath, Ha-Aymar, Mabash, Thamyam, Ban, Shanthaw, Salakia, Shanathawa, La Ilah, La Yahweh. Verse 13. Waman Kathawa, Shanya, Aishara, Nayam, Salah, Balawa Laha, Bashama Na, Asha, La Yahweh, Rayak, Nayak, Salakia, Nayakaka, Wanasa Maha, Yayan, Rabah Ya'ith, Hahayan, verse 14, Walakam, Wakwa Laya, Wamara Mala, La'a, Tha'ama Lawa, Aid, Aitazam, Ha Yawam, Hazah, Aid, Habaya Amama, Ath, Kwaraban, Alaha Yamam, Kakwath, Iwalam, Ladara Thayamam, Bamal, Mashabath, Yamam. That's the end of verse 14.
The water priest. Baraki Allah, can you read verses 8 to 14, Baba Kashan?
Khan. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 10, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I gave unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest into the priest.
Right. So as we go, right, after the feast of unleavened bread, right, we go into another convocation, another holy day, another day that the Most High wanted us to celebrate. Right. The Most High gave us vacation days, rest days from our hard work, hard labor. We were building a country, right? We were building a country, a kingdom for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And listen, to build a kingdom, you have to till the earth. You ask the Northern Kingdom, you ask the tribe of Issachar, they know how to till the earth. You ask the tribe of Benjamin, they know how to till the earth. So
Right.
much so, the tribe of Issachar right now is tilling the earth in California. You think you get all your oranges from No Frills, from the metro. The tribe of Issachar is in California right now doing hard labor. You think you get all your apples from Metro, from Freshco. The tribe of Benjamin, because of Canada's oppression in the Caribbean islands, the tribe of Benjamin, listen, you're only allowed to come up. You're only allowed to come up to Canada, right? Unless they're going to go pick some apples on the farms. There are so many Benjamite brothers on the farms right now in Northern Ontario and in Western Ontario right now, by Windsor, by London, Ontario, who are on the farms. And listen, their family members can't just send for them. La, you can leave it right there. Their family members can't just send for them, right? Unless they're well off. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, listen, we're barely surviving in this wilderness right there. The water, right? We're barely surviving in this wilderness right now, right? But this is the first fruits. This is another holiday that we had, right? The Feast of First Fruits, where we would give the best of what we have to the Most High. Right now, you got to think about it. You got to till the earth and then turn around and give the best of what you have right to the Most High. The water. Right? That's the Feast of First Fruits. Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 11. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you.
You go and give the first of what you got, that first crop. Go give it to the priest. Right? The priest is going to take it. He's going to wave it in front of the congregation and wave it to the Lord. Right? Now, that was a wave offering. Right? And it would be accepted. Right? Listen. Salakia. Abel, right? Abel, he gave his best to the Most High. Cain, he just wanted to give some vegetables, right? Now, even though it says the feast of first fruits, it means you're giving the best of what you have. So if you had some lambs, that's what you gave, right? You just didn't listen. Anybody could take a carrot out the ground and go give it, right? But what you would do is you would take, if you grew crops, you would take that crops and you would turn around and sell your crops and go get some lambs, and then turn around and give that to the priest as a wave offering. Keep reading.
Khan. Okay. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it.
Read.
Verse 12. And ye shall offer that day, when ye wave the sheaf, an he-lamb without blemish of the first year, for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
Good night. We would definitely be feasting, right? The priest, we fed the priest. The priest ate what we gave them, right? The priest's job wasn't to grow crops. You hear some fake Israelites who have no brotherhood. Listen, the last time I heard of Israel, a brother telling me, listen, you got to give corn and carrots and vegetables. I just looked at him and said, you lack brotherhood, right? You expect the priest to do all the jobs of the priest, the priestly work. They got to judge. They got to put sinners to death. They got to fight exercise demons out of brothers and sisters, and then you want them to grow corn. So now if you were in the land of Salakia, let's say you were in the northern kingdom, you got to make it all the way to Jerusalem. Do you think those fruits would last long? Right? So now we're giving the priests all these fruits and they're not even lasting long. We're giving the priest spoiled apples. That's not what you did. You took it and you converted, you made that offering, right? You made it some money, and you would give it to the priest, or you would give them the lambs, right? The priests weren't farmers, they weren't shepherds. Keep reading.
Khan. So verse 13. And the meat offering therefore shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour, mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, for a sweet savor, and the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the fourth part of an hin. So, Officer Shawan, you still there?
Sir.
So, I think Officer Budget's having technical difficulties.
So, one sec. Slacky, what verse are you in?
Just finished verse 13.
One sec. Read verse 13 again, Baba Shah.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 13. And the meat offering therefore shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour, mingled with oil, an offering, Salakia, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, for a sweet savor, and the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the fourth part of an hin.
God. Right? So what the Most High is saying is eat and eat well. Understand? And this isn't something that's new to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Like I remember last time, what was that, last year, Barack, when you gave me some of that sweet hot sauce. Right, Salaki. We know how to flavor our food well. Understand? Like you cannot beat any food from the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And that's what the Most High is telling us to do, to gather together, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, join together, cook some good food, bring out the wine, have a good time, and feast to the Lord. Right? Keep reading.
Kawakan, verse 14. And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the self same day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generation in all your dwellings.
God. And this is something that the Christian church doesn't understand, right? Not only do we feast, and we feast well, we gather together, but these laws, statutes, and commandments are to be kept throughout our generations, forever. It doesn't matter, right, if we're over in North America and we're not in the land of Jerusalem, right? Read that last part again, Barak. Right? It says, in all your dwellings. Understand? Wherever you live, wherever you're dwelling, right? We got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Especially when we're in the land of our captivity. The Most High said, if you would turn back to me, right? If you would turn back to me, you would repent, turn back to me in the land of your captivity, right? Then I would be with you. Then I would walk with you. So if you're out there saying that we can't celebrate the Passover because we're in North America, the Most High is not coming back to save you. Understand? We got to repent and turn back to the Most High in the land of our captivity, in all our dwellings, throughout our generations. Right? Salaki, I'm going to jump back into the Hebrew. Right?
Throughout, priest. I'm back.
We just finished verse 14 in the English.
Throughout, priest.
And bro. This is Leviticus chapter 23. And verse 15 in the Hebrew. Rasapartham, Lamam, Mamakarth, Hashabath, Mayawam, Abaya, Amam, Ath, Imar, Hathanawa, Paha, Shabai, Shabath, Wath, Thamyam, Tha, Thaha, Yayanha. Verse 16, Id, Mamakarth, Hashabath, Hashabah Ya'ith, Tha Sapar, Salakia, Tha Saparwa, Kamasha Yama, Yawam, Waha Kwara Batham, Manakah, Kadasha, La Yahad Hawa. Verse 17, Mama Washabath Yamam, Thabaya Awa, Lakam, Fanwa Paha, Shathayam, Man Shanya, Aishara, Nayawam, Nayam, Salah, Thaha, Yayan Ha, Kamataza, Tha'a Paya, Naha, Bamawa Rayam, La Yahweh. Verse 18. Waha Korah Batham Al Halakam Shabai Mabashayam Thamyam, Banya, Shana, Wapar, Ban, Bakwara, Akkad, Wa'a, Yalam, Shanyam, Yaha, Yawa, Ayla, La Yahweh, Wamana, Katham, Wanasa, Mayaham, Ashar, Rayak, Nayakak, La Yahweh, verse 19. Wa Aish Yatham, Sha'ayara, Aiza, Slaki, Aizayam, Akkad, Lakata, Atha, Washanya, Mabashayam, Banya, Shana, Lazabak, Shalama Yam, verse 20. YAHANNA, Hamhan, Atham, Al, Lakam, Habama, Rayam, Thanwa, Paha, Lapanya, Yahweh, Al, Shanya, Mabashayam, Quadash, Yahayawa, La Yahweh, Lamhan, verse 21. Wakwara, Atham, Ba'itazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Makwara, Quadash, Yahweh, Lamam, Mal, Mala'amath, Ibadah, La'ah, Tha'ishwa, Kakwath, Iwalam, Bamal, Mawasha, Bathayam, Lakwadara, Slakia, Lada, Rathaya, Mama. Verse 22. Waba Kwatazara Mama Ath Kwataza Yara Ara Taza Mama La'a Thamalaha Pa'ath Shaddam.
Salakia priest. You're reading verse 22?
Count concert. Was it
You read
15
from
to
15 to
22?
22?
Count concert.
Oh, you could stop. You just stop 15 to 21.
Oh, Slakia. Okay.
No sweat. Baraki Allah, Baba Kasha, can you read 15 to 21 in the English?
Karawaka, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
Right, so that would be about 49 days, right? Almost 50 days. Christians call this the day of Pentecost, right? But we're going to find out what it really is. What we do know is Christians don't know what the hell they're talking about whenever they're talking. Christians might as well be speaking baby, speaking gibberish, speaking whatever that princess was speaking in the background. Listen, Salakia. That's what the Christians sound like when they speak, because they don't know what they're talking about, right? Keep reading.
Kawakan, verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord.
Keep reading.
Kawakan, verse 17. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baking with leaven.
Right. Bring out some bread. Right. Bring out some fresh bread. That's what this is saying. Keep reading.
Karawakad. They are the first fruits unto the Lord.
Read.
Verse 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish.
Listen, fresh bread and lamb. And if you haven't been to a Passover or a high holy day, you don't know what you're missing. All right? When them sisters get in that kitchen and start whipping up that unleavened bread and the fresh bread and the lamb, it's one of the sweetest things, right? But this bread right here is made with the yeast. It's not the same as the unleavened bread.
Right.
It's still bread. Keep reading.
Kawakan. Slakia. Verse 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams.
Good night. That sounds like a feast. That sounds like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to get together and have a good time, and we're not going to worry about is there going to be family members fighting. Listen, I've never been to or even heard of a high holy day where family members start to fight physically, right? I've seen it at a Christmas party when I was in the world. I've seen it at damn near every family event where cousins don't mess with cousins, usually because they're sleeping with the same man. Usually because some brother decided to sleep with his brother's rib, right? Usually because some form of jealousy where family members just hate each other, right? In the UPK, this family, we don't hate each other. We rejoice every time we get together to see each other. Keep reading.
Karawakan. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord.
Right, meaning we're going to have a cookout. Listen, the Texas cookout, the Houston cookout's going on soon. Right? If you could afford to get down there, you should get to the Houston cookout, right? And learn how to do that south side. Listen, I see brothers saying they were practicing how they gonna do that south side. I've been practicing too. One day I'm gonna show up at a Houston cookout doing the south side. As I get off the plane, I'm doing the south side. Salakia. Keep reading, both shot.
Kawakala. Verse 19. Then you shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offering.
Read.
Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits.
Listen, man, goat, lamb. What else do we get? We got steaks in there. It's going to be an amazing time, right? And this is what the Most High did for us, right? Our president, he wants to eat turkey. Last week he was eating that dry turkey, right? Celebrating the murder of the children of Gad, right? And we had so much love for our brothers and sisters that we decided not to eat the turkey and not to celebrate the Thanksgiving and the murder of our brothers and sisters, right? But what we are observing is the Feast of Tabernacles, right? Earlier, I seen a picture, right? Commanding General YAHANNA, he was with his generals, and they were out in the wilderness showing us what brotherhood looks like.
Right.
Right? And that's what you got to know, right? The UPK, we're all about brotherhood, right? Keep reading.
Kawakan. Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priests.
Right. Now this would be something separate that's for the priest. It's holy. It's for the priest, right? There's times when you'll do stuff and it's for the congregation, and then there's times when there's certain things that are just for the priest, right? Like the showbread that David ate, right? Now, Salaki, I don't have enough space on this table, but we're gonna work it out. Where in the next Sabbath service, or the next high holy day, you're going to see this table with this podium with showbread, right? The showbread was specifically for the priest. Now, here's another thing. The showbread was made early during the Sabbath day, right? That Sabbath morning, before that Sabbath morning, you would walk into the temple and you would see showbread. The priest turned around and gave that to David, right? It was baked fresh. The showbread is supposed to be baked fresh. So you'll have fake Israelites who don't know the Bible. They'll tell you you cannot listen to this. They'll tell you you can't cook on the Sabbath, but they're gonna turn on the lights in their house, right? They'll tell you you can't spark a fire as if it didn't get cold in Israel, as if the temperatures didn't drop below a certain time. So what are you supposed to do? Just freeze in your house, right? There are certain people who don't know the Bible and they use it to hurt you, right? And here, that's not what we do. We understand exactly what we're doing. If the showbread was made, that means there was a fire, right? You could cook. What the kindling of fire was basically telling you is you can't tell your servants to go make a fire from scratch, right? You should have already had that fire going. Keep reading.
Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the self same day, that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
And that's why we're observing these days. We practice the righteous things, so we can keep practicing it until our King Yahushua comes back. It says throughout your generations in your dwellings, right? That's what we're doing right now. Throughout our generations, we're doing this through our dwellings, right? Why is the Christian church turning around and telling you that you don't have to keep the high holy days, but pay tithes? That's the only law they respect. Money, so they can buy jets and buy acres of land and live in mansions. Listen, Salaki, Creflo Dollar, he has a mansion with his own zip code.
Right.
Now I can't even imagine having my own mansion in this kingdom right here with my own zip code. You walk down the street. If you walk down the street in Toronto, Ontario right now, just walk down Queen Street, you're gonna see Native Americans sleeping on the curb, right? But these so-called pastors want to have huge mansions. You have billionaires with so much money, they don't know what to do with that money, but our people starve, right? Listen, I think it was Chase or JP Morgan. They just told Kanye, get your nigger money out of our bank. We're stopping you. I wonder if Kanye is going to put his money in the black banks, right? Or is he going to do what he said in Gold Digger, get on and leave us for a white girl? Well, he already did that. Officer Shah Yuan, Baba Kashah, can you read 22 to 28?
Come on, sir. Leviticus 23 and verse 22. Waba kwa tazar mama ath kwa tazar yara arataza mama la'a thamalaha salakia thamalaha pa'ath shadam bakwa tazar ma walakwat kwatazar yaram la'a Thalakwat, La Ainya, Walagar, Tha'aizab, Atham, Anya, Yahweh, Alaha, Yamam. Verse 23. Waya Dabar, Yahweh, All, Masha, La Amar. Verse 24. Dabar, All, Banya, Yasharala, La Amar, Bakadash, Hasha Bayaya, Ba'akad, Lakadash, Yaha, Lamam, Shabbath 1, Zamara 1, Tharawaiha, Makwara'a, Kwadash, verse 25. Mal, Malamath, Ibada, La'a, Tha'ishwa, Waha Kwara, Batham, Asha, La Yahai, how Salakia, La Yahwa, verse 26. Salakia, you said the verse 27?
Salakia, priest, you can read to verse 28.
28.
Right?
Come.
Salakia, before you do that, right? Commander General Yahanna, he's on Blackwatch News right now. I'm going to drop the link for you right now, right? Blackwatch News, right now, and he's closing out the Feast of Tabernacles, right? So I want everybody to transition over to Blackwatch News, right? This channel is going to be up. This class is going to be up, but everybody transition to Blackwatch News right now and watch Commander General Yahanna. Khan, you can read to 28.
Come, sir. Verse 26. Waya the bar, Yahweh, all, Masha, Lamar, verse 27. Ba'aishwa, Slakia, Ba'aish, Wara, Lakadash, Hasha, Baya, Ayah, Hazah, Yawam, Hama, Para, Yam, Hawa'a, Makwara'a, Kwadash, Yaha, Lamam, Wa'ain, Salakia, Wa'ain Yatham, Napasha, Thayamam, Wahakwara, Batham, Asha, La Yahweh, verse 28, Wamal, Mala Ama, La'a, Tha'ishwa, Ba'aitazam, Salakia, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Maya, Yawam, Maparayam, Salakia, Maparium, Hawa'a, Lamapar, Ila Yamam, Lapanya, Yahweh, Alahai, Yamam. That's the end of verse 28.
Baba Kasha, Officer Barakiala, can you read 22 to 28?
Khan, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of the field. When thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor, and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month of the 1st day of the month shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation.
Right. So what we just read, right, is when you had a field, you made sure your peoples didn't go hungry. You made sure you left something for the poor of your people. That's what our celebrities, right? Listen, Kanye West is supposed to be giving his money to the poor. He should be in the ghettos of Chicago right now, giving his money to the poor and telling these brothers, listen, stop shooting each other. Stop buying these Glocks with the switches. I watched a video. Some brothers, they were apt to pull out some guns with switches. It's a little device you put on the back of a Glock that turns it from a single shot to a automatic Uzi, right? And they said, listen, we got the best switches. You know what happened next? They were being shot at in that same video, running. Well, I thought you had the best switches. Stand up and shoot. Or better yet, right? I got one better for you, right? If you don't want to shoot and run from shots with those switches, go get under the feet of Captain Malquad. So you don't have to die in the streets of Chicago on the oppressor's holiday, right? Every oppressor's holiday, the streets of Chicago is just filled with the blood of the Israelites. Keep reading.
Karawakad. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 27. Also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you.
Right.
Before
So
the Lord.
so we would go through tabernacles, right? Salakia. We would remember the trumpets, right? Every time the trumpets blew, it signaled some type of danger. Your priests and your so-called priests and pastors and whoever you look up to, they're not blowing the trumpets. They told you for so long, love these oppressors. You think that these oppressors love you. There's countless brothers and sisters in the graveyard because they thought oppressors love them. Right. And then after that, we have a day of atonement where we atone for the sins of Israel. We feast on pain. We starve ourselves for 24 hours. Right. The fake Jewish man, he calls it Yom Kippur. Right. Where he'll put tacks in his shoe and step on them. They'll break the necks of chickens. Right. Thinking that they're transferring their sins into the chickens, which is that good. Nah, I just don't understand that. That's totally horrible.
Shalak other one.
Right.
That sounds like voodoo.
It might as well be, right? You can see who has a spirit, and you understand that the spirit is with the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA. Once again, Commanding General YAHANNA is closing out the Feast of Tabernacles on Black Watch News. All right, keep reading.
Karawakad. Salak other one. That was the end of verse 28.
Come on, Officer Shaiwan. Read 28 to 35. Right after we read 28 to 35, I want everybody to transition, if you haven't transitioned already, to Black Watch News and listen to Commanding General YAHANNA as he closes out the Feast of Tabernacles. Keep reading. You can read, Salakia.
Khan. Verse 28. It's like it. Verse 29. Maya, Mal, Hanapash, Ashar, La'a, Tha'aina, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Wana, Marathaha, Ma'aim, Yaha. Verse 30. Wamal, Hanapash, Ashar, Tha'aisha, Mal, Mala'a, Maha, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Waha Abba Dathaya, Ath, Hanapash, Hahawa'a, Makwara, Salakia, Makwarab, Aima, verse 31, Mal, Malama, La'a, Tha'aishwa, Kakwath, Iwalam, Ladara, Thaya, Mama, Bamal, Mashabath, Yamam, verse 32, Shabbath, Shabbathwan, Hawa, Lamam, Wa'ain Yatham, Ath, Napash, Thayamam, Bathashaiha. Slakia. Bathashaiha. Lakadash. Ba'irab. Ma'irab. Id. Irab. Thashabath. Wa. Shabbath Mama. Verse 33. Waya Dabar. Yahweh. All. Mashah. La'amar. Verse 34. Dabar. All. Banya. Yasharala. La'amar. Bakam Shahah. Aishar. Yawam. Lakadash. Hashabaya Ayah. Hazah. Kag. Hasa Mawath. Shabbaith. Yam. La Yahweh. Verse 35. Bayawam. Hara'ah. Salakia. Hara'ashwan. Makwa Ra'ah. Kwadash. Mal. Mala'amath. Ibadah. La'ah. Tha'aishwa. Verse 36.
Come, priest. That's so up. Just 35.
Come, sir.
Brock, can you read 29 to 35, Baba Kashar?
Karawakan. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul I will destroy from among his people. Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work, it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
Right. So this is talking about atonement, right? When we would starve ourselves to no food, no water for 24 hours, right? To atone for our sins if we had any, or just the sins of our nation, right? Especially for the brothers and sisters who they're weak. They're just gonna sin because that's what they do, right? We're atoning for it. Now, it doesn't seem like it's such a big deal to be cut off from your people. A lot of times you'll see the heathens. You see brothers and sisters who want to go with the heathens. Look, again, just go look at what Kanye was going through. Kanye, he's a hot topic right now because he's a famous brother with $1 billion talking about he's a Jew. He's a Hebrew, right? He started his career out with Caesar Borgia walks, right? He said Jesus walks. He wasn't talking about Yahushua, right? Not too long ago, it wasn't even within the last year. He was doing his Sunday services, right? This brother, he's all over the place. And he had some devil acting like he's Caesar Borgia, acting like he's Yahushua, our king. And now he's going through it, right? He doesn't know what he wants to do. Again, leave the job of the office of the priesthood to the priest, to the professionals, right? Get in class. Shut your mouth. That's most important. Get in class and shut your mouth. Ask all the questions you want, but don't think you can teach until you've been raised up and trained by the proper men. So you're able to teach and break down these scriptures and answer the questions properly. Right? But you'll see brothers and sisters who think it's okay to be cut off from my people. Listen, Kanye, he didn't want his sister. He wanted some whore. He went and took a whore and gave her children. Now, those children are still Israelites because of the seed of their father. But he took a whore. The whore turned around and said, listen, you cannot have your children. You can't bring them to school. I'm going to bring some other disgusting heathen who makes jokes about pedophilia and babies around your children. And your daughter is going to sit on his lap. When he should have got with a sister, that would have never happened. Listen, Kanye had so much money, he could raise up 10 families. He could raise up 10 families in every state in the United States of America, right? But he didn't want to do that, right? If you don't atone, you're going to be cut off from your people. And at the moment, it's as if Kanye's cut off from his people, and he went to a people that he thought loved him. They don't love him, and now he's learning the hard way, right? It's better for you to get in the body of Christ, so you don't learn the hard way, right? Because it's absolutely hell in this world for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Keep reading.
Kawakan, in all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right. So listen, we're closing out Tabernacles tonight. Tonight, the Feast of Tabernacles is over, and we're remembering what it's like to live in the wilderness. Right. I know you wake up every day and you're wondering, are you going to get fired from your job if you're 10 minutes late? Right. Some of us don't even know how rent is being paid next week. Right. But you're going to go out in that wilderness. You're going to hustle and bustle and do everything in your power to make sure you keep a roof over your head. When, again, that's not something that's supposed to be happening. Right. Some of us don't have food in our fridges right now. Right. You're supposed to be able to go to your neighbor, right, your brother or your sister, and get something to eat. Listen, you could always turn to the I.S.U.P.K and ask for assistance, because we feed thousands of our peoples and we don't have $1 billion to do it. We take our last and we take our best. We sacrifice ourselves and our time. We don't get paid for this job, but we do it. Right? Salakia. And we're not supposed to do any servile work during this Feast of Tabernacles, but unfortunately, because we went against our power, right? We're going through a harsh slavery, a harsh punishment that's almost over. The time is now that you're supposed to be turning back to the Lord. This truth has been back in the earth since 1969, right? Listen, on my TikTok right now, I made a video about Jamaicans and Caribbean people not knowing who they are. The Rastas are telling them that they're Africans. They're supposed to worship Haile Selassie. Selassie's dead. Good riddance. Right? He's trying to say he's the king. Who the hell cares? The Queen of Sheba, which was not even her name, she was just the Queen of Sheba. She did not sleep with Solomon, because if she was Solomon's rib, she wouldn't have been able to leave Jerusalem. He would have kept her with all 800 other ribs. Salakia. Again, Black people don't know who they are, and because we don't know who we are, we go off into everything else. Right? Canada is about to let their Ubers deliver weed to our people. So now you don't even have to go to the dispensary. Right? And it's just going to be destroying our people even more. All the brothers that died over weed and that are serving harsh jail time over weed and have sentences and records because of weed. Right? This place is not our rest. Right, Salaki. Was that the end of it? Again, we're in the wilderness right now. Your house is a tabernacle. Your neighborhoods is a concrete jungle where you sit on your porch or you step out your house to go to the grocery store and you don't even know if you're gonna get shot. Brothers should have listened to Barakia Allah in NDG, a place the oppressor calls no damn good. But unfortunately, they didn't. And now they're getting shot left, right, and center. Salakia. Good night. Officer Shah, can you finish out the chapter for us, Babu Shah? from 36 to 44.
Kana Wakan, sir. Verse 36. Shabbaith, Yam Yam, Thakwa, Rayabawa, Asha, La Yaha, Salaki, La Yahawa, Bayawam, Hashemayan, Makwara, Kwadash, Yahawa, Lamam, Waha Kwara Batham, Asha, La Yahawa, Itazar, Tha, Hawa, Mal, Malaa, Math, Ibada, Laa, Tha'aishwa, verse 37. Allah, Allah, Slakia, Allah, Mawaidia, Yahweh, Ashar, Thaqwa Ra'awa, Atham, Makwara Aya, Kwadash, Laha, Kwarayab, Ashar, La Yahweh, Ilah, Wamana Kaha, Zabak, Wana Sama Yama, Dabar, Yawam, Baya Wama, Salakia, Bayawam Wa, verse 38. Malabad, Shabbatha, Yahweh, Wamalabad, Matha, Nawa, Thaya, Mama, Wamalabad, Mal, Nada, Rayamam, Wamalabad, Mal, Nada, Batha, Yamam, Ashar, Thatha, Nawa, La Yahweh, verse 39. Bakamasha, Slaket, Baka, Masha, Aishar, Yawam, Lakadash, Hasha, Bayaya, Baasapa Mama, Ath, Thabawa, Ath, Harataza, Thaka, Gawa, Ath, Kag, Yahweh, Shabbaith, Yam Yam, Bayawam, Hara'ah, Shawan, Shabbathwan, Waba Yawam, Yasha Mayan, Slakia, Hasha Mayanya, Shabbathwan, verse 40. Walakwa Katham, Lamam, Bayawam, Hara'ashwan, Para, Aitazah, Hadar, Mapath, Thamara, Yama, Wa'ina, Aitazah, Ibath, Wa'ira Baya, Nakal, Washam Makath Ma, Lapania, Yahweh, Alahai, Alahai Yamam, Shabbaith, Yam Yam, verse 41. Wakag Gatham, Athwa, Kag, La Yahweh, Shabbaith, Yam Yam, Bashana, Kakwath, Iwalam, Ladara, Thayamam, Bakadash, Hasha, Bayaya, Thakagawa, Athwa, verse 42. Basamath, Thashabba, Slakia, Thashabawa, Shabbat, Yam Yam, Ma, Haza, Rakah, Yasharala, Yeshabwa, Basama, verse 43, Lama'ain, Yadaiwa, Dara, Thaya, Mama, Maya, Basama, Wath, Hawa, Shah, Salakia, Hawa Shah, Bathaya, Ath, Banya, Yasharala, Bahawa, Tazah, Ya'aya, Awatham, Ma'arataza, Matazarium, Anya, Yahweh, Alahaya, Mam. Verse 44. Waya Dabar, Masha, Ath, Ma'idea, Yahweh, Al, Banya, Yasharala. That's the end of that's the end of chapter 23.
Through our priest, give that priest a hand. Brachiola, can you read 36 and close out the chapter?
Karawakan. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right? Listen, we had times when, again, you're not gonna work, right? I just have to bring this up one more time. A mutt told one of our sisters that at 7 months pregnant, I don't want to give you the note. The dog she wasn't even the one writing the note. The doctor was already writing the note. She was just showing how much she hates our sisters because her womb is so dry. Our sisters are giving birth left, right, and center. There's a baby boom in Israel because some mutt once upon a time told our sisters that if you don't take this sterilization needle, we're going to cut off your welfare. And that kept happening. And they kept forcing our sisters to give up the fruit of their womb to the monsters in these clinics. And that was the American League of Birth Control, aka Planned Parenthood. Listen, they ultimately hate us. And if you don't know that, right? Listen, the dry bones right now are getting some life. All throughout damn near every country and city and town, every field where we're doing our captivity. Right? Keep reading.
Kawakan, verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
This is why the Lord gave us these feasts, right? So we can be separate. So we don't have to celebrate Christmas and New Year's. Imagine telling somebody something is new in the dead of winter. The trees know that's a lie. You can't even go to a tree and tell the tree that it's the new year. The tree's gonna look at you and say, it's not even spring. What the hell are you talking about? It's gonna be a new year when my flowers start to bloom. Right? But the Most High, He gave us these holidays where we would have rest because the oppressor, he doesn't want us to rest. He wants us to work until we're old and dry. Listen, there's stories of slaves who there's a story of a slave who had cancer, right? Cancer in the jaw. And because he had cancer, the slave master just said, listen, you're going to still work, right? And now it even got to a point where they're like, okay, you can go see the doctor. But this doctor, the doctor that they wanted him to see is who they say is the father of Salakia. What's the word I'm looking for? Gynecology, right? the sisters know about this, where this doctor, he would be on those slave plantations, right? And on those slave plantations, he would be torturing sisters without anesthesia. And you would hear their screams and their shrieks they would be so loud that the whole plantation would stop working because our sisters are in pain. And these are the people, our slave masters, our pastors, the Christian pastors, who are just hoes. The Christian pastors, you guys are a bunch of hoes. Every single one of you. And everybody who believes in these people, they're just being brainwashed. They're just, because they don't know any better. Right? The Christian pastor wants us to love these people. The people that tortured our mothers and fathers. Right? Just so they could learn how to do medicine. We were the guinea pigs or the lab rats. Right? Salaki, keep reading.
Wakan, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Verse 38, beside the Sabbath of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which you gave unto the Lord. Verse 39, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Read.
Verse 40. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days.
Read.
Verse 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. You shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths.
Right, and that's what we're doing right now. Your house is down near a booth. We grew up in the worst communities. Have you ever been to Jane and Finch or Montreal North and seen the houses? Listen, I remember driving through Salakia. Barak, what's the just south of you? What's the city just south of you?
Where your bro lives is Texas, other one.
Right, and the houses that over there, they look nice. They do not look like Montreal North. I remember I was in Montreal. We were right by the river. Right? I took a little drive through that part by the river, and they had some good houses. It didn't look like where the Levites live. It didn't look like NDG. Listen, I was in NDG the first time I got there. Right, Barak? We were walking down the street. Remember that? I said, there's a dead body in that building. Can you imagine? The smell was so wretched. I said, there's a dead body in the building. You couldn't convince me that there's not a dead body in the building. And my brother Barak said, listen, it's been like that for 10 years. I said, good night. That's a crypt. What the hell is going on in there? That's how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans live. We walked under a bridge, and I see my brothers and sisters just living horribly. And some Edomite, he wanted to come and talk to us. I just want to put hands on him. And because of Commanding General YAHANNA, because he raised us to be disciplined, I did not put hands on him and put him to death right there in that moment. Because I knew what he was doing. He was out there acting like he's poor, but giving our brothers and sisters drugs. So
right.
They can stay destroyed. Right? But the Most High, he's going to remember us. The Most High put us in these booths because we wanted to worship everything. We want to worship the totem pole. We want to worship a rock. We want to worship a cross. We want to celebrate Christmas and Valentine's Day, and not even know what these things are, right? But the Most High put us in these booths, right? The Most High also took us out of Egypt. He's going to take us out of Egypt again. And the oppressors are going to have to pay for all their crimes. Keep reading.
Karawakan, verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. When I brought them out of the land of Egypt, I am the Lord your God.
Read.
Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. That's the end of 44. One.
So again, the Most High declared unto the children of Israel. He gave it to Moses, right? Because there was a time when the Most High was talking to us, and we were just scared. Listen, and Moses, a strong leader, was not scared. Moses, a strong leader, he was not scared. He went and dwelt with the Most High for a time and gave us our constitution. He's the reason why we have this calendar in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Why we can look to this calendar. And if you go on I.S.U.P.K, Salakia, on Instagram or on Facebook right now, you'll see this same calendar that's up. You'll see it for 2022, 2023. Or Salakia, what are we going into right now? We're going into 2023. So you're going to see it for 2023, 2024. Right? And this is what the Most High gave us. We're separate. We're a separate people. We're not supposed to be like the heathen. So again, this is a closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. Right? I know it's late. The water for staying with us and watching. Hit the like button. Share this class. Share this feast day with everybody. If you know someone who's Black, Hispanic, and Native American, give them a flyer and let them know I.S.U.P.K and I.S.U.P.K Canada is a safe place for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? So with that said, men of Israel, I Majim, which means to stand. Akwathi and sisters, I Majim, which means to stand. Salakia. Sarapanya Hakodam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to read out these prayers as we close out this feast day. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Bear with me. We're going to read it in the Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Bashamayam.
Bashamayam.
Kodash.
Ayah.
Ka.
Shukka.
Yahweh. Malakwaka. Ratazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Barataza.
Kawa. Ayah.
Bashamayam.
Thundanawa. Come. Yawam.
Wasalaknawa. Kawathanawa. Yahanawa. Saiwan. Alshinawa. Ayan. Rad. Ayah. Malakwa. Wala. Wahafapara. Iwalamyam. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer we just read in the Hebrew, we were going to read it into English. Our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Thy
kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth.
Thy will be done on earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it. We're going to read Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Ashalam,
Ayanya,
Ayana,
Ahahaya,
Ahari,
Mahayan, Yaba
Yabaha,
Isaiah,
Azari,
Isaiah,
Azari,
Mahayan,
Mahai,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shah,
Isham,
Yam,
Samayam,
Warapazah,
Waraka,
Ayanathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Dalka,
Regal,
Al-Yanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamar,
Ana,
Anam,
La'a,
La,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala,
Yarishan,
Yayashan,
Omar,
Shamar,
Shala,
Yasharim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Yashamar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Zalka,
Zalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yanyanka,
Yam,
Yawamam,
Yomam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'a,
La,
Yakaka,
Yakak,
Layrak,
Layra,
Balayalam,
Balayla,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamar,
Karai,
Makor,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Atapashka,
Atnapon,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Kazaafka,
Kazaka,
Ubawa'aka,
Ubawaka,
Ma'aika,
Ma'aika,
Wa'ad Iwalam,
Wa'ai. In the English, Psalm 121, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills,
I will lift up my
Lift
eyes
up
unto
mine
the
eyes
hills.
into the hills.
from whence cometh my help?
From
From
whence
whence
cometh
cometh
my
my
help?
help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My
My
help
help
cometh
comes
from
from the
Yahweh,
Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy
Yahweh is
shade
thy
upon thy
shade
right
upon thy
hand.
right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From
this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. So lock here real quick. We're going to say the prayer for the power structure. So lock here. Rakatha Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Mayaka Allah.
Mayaka
Allah.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Matazavia.
Matazavia.
Al-Wap Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Al-Wapya.
Ha-Alawapya.
Ha-Saranya.
Ha-Saranya.
Ha-Kutazah Yan-Yan.
Ha-Kutazah
Ha-Kaya Yal-Yam.
Yal-Yam.
Ha-Gwathim. Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahweh Shai. Wada Aman.
The power structure in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General
Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
We're going to read Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damiyah. Lakah.
Hakah.
Al-Thakarash.
Al-Thakarash.
Wa Al-Thakwashat.
Al-Thashakwat.
Kaya. Hana. Awayabyaka. Yamahayawan.
Yahamayawan.
Salakia. Wamashana. Salakia. Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka.
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Rash,
Al-Amakah,
Al-Amakah,
Ya'ara Yamwa,
Ya'ira Yamu,
Yamwa,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Waya Thaya Itazawad,
Ya
Wayat,
Faya Aituzawa,
Altazapawan,
Al-Zapawan,
Pawan,
Yaka,
Amarwa,
Amaru,
Nakawa,
Yakaw,
Wanaka Yadam,
Wakak Yadam,
Yadam,
Mugaya,
Gaya,
Aya,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Waa,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'awa,
Sham
Sham
Yasha'awa,
Yashram,
Iwad,
Iwad,
Kiyah,
Kayad,
Nawa Itazawa,
Wa'at,
Aituzawa,
La,
La,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Kadu,
Ayakad,
Al-Yakad,
Baryaf,
Barya,
Yakarafwa,
Yakarat,
Rathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahal,
Adawam,
Al-Wam,
Wayashamai Alayam,
Wayashima Ayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawab,
Wahagariam,
Wahagari,
Kabal,
Bal,
Wa'imawam,
Wa'imawam,
Wa'imalak,
Wa'imalak,
Palashaf,
Washad,
Ayashabia,
I'm Yashad,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Namashawar,
Lanawa,
Nalawa, Amam,
Yawa,
Erwa,
Zarawai,
Zarawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Labani Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha Laham,
Shalaham,
Shalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasa Yasara'a,
Kasara Yasara,
Kayabian,
Kayabi,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kuyashwan,
Yashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamarwa,
Madwa,
Bayawan, Bayan,
Bayan,
Bayandara,
Haywa,
Haywa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adman,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nariyab Mawa,
Narayam,
Kairab,
Kaira,
Ukazaba,
Wakazanaba,
Kazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal Manai,
Wakazanai,
Ka,
Kal,
Nasiyat Kamwa,
Nasiyakamu,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amaru,
Niyar Rasha,
Naya Rashad,
Rasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af, Naafwa,
Nawa,
Alahayim,
Alahai,
Lahaya,
Lahai,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamu,
Kagalga'a,
Kagal,
Kakwash,
Kwash,
Lapanya Raka,
Lapanya Raka,
Ash,
Kash,
Taba'ira,
Ba'ir,
Ira,
Yair,
Waka Lahaba,
Lahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Aryam,
Ari,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadatma,
Saradat,
Basairaka,
Ira,
Waba,
Wabah,
Sopaka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'at,
Panyaham,
Unyaham,
Kwalawan,
Pulawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Yabakwashwa,
Washa,
Shanka,
Shukar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ubashwa,
Yabashu,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahal,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Waya Kaparwa,
Yakapar,
Parwa,
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Padwa,
Waya
Waya,
Daiwa,
Dai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shankaya,
Shamkaya,
Alka,
Bad,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Kaharataza,
Rataza,
Psalms 83, what we just read in Hebrew, we read it in English. Keep not thou silence,
keep not thy silence,
O God.
O God,
O God,
Hold thy peace,
hold not thy peace,
and be not still, O God.
and be not still, O God,
For lo,
for lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they
They
that
that
hate
hate thee have lifted up
the head.
the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have
They have
taken
taken
crafty
crafty
counsel
counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted
Assaulted
against thy
against thy
hidden ones.
hidden ones.
They have said,
They
They
have
have
said,
said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
remembrance.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They have
They have
consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are
They are
confederate against
thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the
and the
Israelites,
Ishmaelites,
of Moab
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gebal
Gebal,
and Ammon
and
Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur
also
also
is
is
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the
Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kasan.
At the brook of Kasan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
And like Zeb.
And like Zeb.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
The house of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth a wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
To persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the Most High over all the earth.
Art the Most High over all the earth. Akim Sar, Akwafi Sar, which means to turn. Right, so once again, we're going to bring a closing to the Feast of Tabernacles. I'm going to read right quick the Salakia. The security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months period, Salakia. The brother and sister will get Salakia, which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra, which means 10% in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Up and coming holy convocations. The next up and coming holy convocation is Salakia. One moment. The next one that we have is, bear with me one moment. We got the Feast of Dedications, which is our Hanukkah, which is the 12th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, Saturday, 17th December 2022 for 8 days. You can find it First Maccabees verses 4, chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. We will be in Montreal for it. The location will be announced shortly. Reminder to Akim and Aquathian, check the bulletin board in your school or the isupk.com website. There should be a new website up and running soon. And if not, go to isupk.org. Anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imajah Shabbat. Imajah. Barak. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barak. Yajimata, which means hands down. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Sorry to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajah Shabbat. Imajah. Barak. Yahweh Shamar. You can say it. Yahweh. Shamar. Alathan. Basham. Yahushai. Yajimata. Dismissed.